Blind Ambition by Matthew Cooper, as told to Rachel Buchholz. Photographs by Corinne Egner. So, a blind guy and his guide dog walk into a store, and the guy starts swinging the dog around his head. The cashier goes, can I help you? And the blind guy says, nah, I'm just looking around. When I tell that joke, sometimes people are a little shocked. I think maybe they think that a blind person like me shouldn't be telling jokes like that. But I'll tell you what, if you can't laugh at yourself, if you can't show that you've accepted what you've been given, then there's no way you can live your life. Now, of course, I would never swing my guide dog Twyla around my head. I mean, that's just a joke, especially since guide dogs really don't see for their owners like that. But Twyla does help me more than you can imagine. She helps me cross the street and yanks me back if a car is coming. She gets me around obstacles in the sidewalk and through crowded school hallways. She allows me to go anywhere and do anything I want. She's my companion, my friend, someone to talk to when I get really fed up. Basically, we're partners. Accepted. If you have accepted a situation, you understand that it can't be changed. Obstacles. Obstacles are objects that make it hard to get where you want to go. Twyla helps me fit in at school, my personal superhero. I don't remember a time when I could see. When I was 3, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor that pressed against my optic nerve, and I gradually lost my sight. At first, I walked with a cane, but canes can be awkward. I got my first guide dog when I was 11, and about 1.5 years ago, I got Twyla. A lot of people think that when Twyla sees a green light, she knows that it's time to cross the street, but that's not how it works. It's all on my command. So, when we get to a street corner, I have to listen for cars, then tell her to cross the street. Or if there's a bike in the sidewalk, it's not the dog's job to move it. Her job is to figure out a way around the bike. Is it nerve-wracking to walk down a sidewalk and wonder if I'm going to fall into a big hole? Not at all. I have to trust the dog. If you start denying what the dog is telling you, she's going to get nervous and lose all her training. I have to trust her. Twyla and I are a team. She knows my schedule at school and just takes me to class. If I need to go someplace she's not expecting, I give her directions. The idea is that if I've said, right, and we're not quite to the hallway, she thinks, okay, I'll turn right at the hallway that's coming up, instead of running me into some lockers. Sometimes Twyla takes a nap when I'm in class. Command. If you do something on command, you do it because you were told to. Denying. Denying something means not believing that it's true. Twyla does have her moments. Sometimes she snores in class, which cracks everyone up. Although once a teacher thought it was a student. And one time some cleaning solution made the classroom floor a little slick, and Twyla hit it like Bambi on the ice, sliding all over. She still tiptoes in that classroom. On my own. Twyla can't do everything for me, and it's important that I fit in with everybody, to not be known as that blind kid. I am Matthew Cooper. That is who I am. To fit in, I know that I have to adapt. So if I want to play paintball with my friends, I make them wear buzzers so I know where they are. When I wanted to run the sound system for my school plays, I put Braille labels on all the controls. I read in Braille, which is a combination of raised dots that represent letters. My favorite thing to do is play golf. The idea is that my coach or my dad will position my club behind the ball and tell me how far away the hole is. Then I swing. Trying something you've never done before definitely can be scary, but that's true whether you're blind or sighted. My thinking is, you can't say no until you try. There's always a way to do whatever it is that you want to do. Adapt. If you adapt to something, you figure out how to deal with it. The red binders are printed in Braille. It takes all those to equal one math book. If you see someone with a guide dog, if the dog has on a harness, like the one Twyla is wearing, that means the dog is working, so treat it like anyone who has a job to do, with respect. Don't pet the dog unless the owner says it's okay. Be cool. Don't bark at or tease the dog or try to distract it. It's okay to ask a person with a dog if he needs help crossing the street. Just don't grab his arm and drag him across. Never feed the dog. Twyla came to me through Guide Dogs for the Blind, which trains dogs to help people like me. Unfortunately, the dogs aren't trained to play golf. My best friend. Now, I accept that I can't do everything on my own, even with Twyla's help. I have to be okay with asking people to help me cross busy streets. Other times, I need someone to read me something because it's not in Braille. It can be hard to ask for help, but if I don't, I can't live my life. When things do get too hard, like when I want to go to the golf course but there's no one to drive me, or when some kid says, "Catch," then throws something at my head, that's when Twyla steps in to comfort me. I just pet her and talk to her. She's that friend that's always there, and she reminds me that, yeah, things are hard sometimes, but they'll get better. I just look at it this way. There's always something life takes from you, and something life gives back. Like, I think being blind makes me a better golfer. Sighted golfers will lift their heads to watch their shot, and that messes with their swing. But I can't see the ball, so I don't do that. I may never compete against a pro golfer. Then again, it could happen. I'd just make him wear a blindfold. Comfort. If you comfort someone, you say or do things to make the person feel better. To help me play golf, my dad or coach places the club behind the ball. Then they tell me which way to swing.